How do governments measure particles in the air? Somewhere near you there is probably an air quality monitoring station. They don't look like much from the outside, but inside, automatic scientific instruments are running all day, every day, sampling and measuring the amount of particles and gases in the air. There are many thousands around the world. They are usually run for the government and can be found mostly in towns and cities. Some parts of the world have more stations, like North America, Europe, parts of Asia and Australasia. Other parts of the world, especially Africa, have fewer monitors. Most stations report measurements every hour that can be found on websites like this one. There are a few different ways of measuring particles in the air. This machine is one of the most common. It's called a beta attenuation monitor, or BAM. In some ways, it copies the ways that the human respiratory system works. There is a pump which pulls air into the machine from the top, making it breathe in. It has a nose and mouth called the inlet. It has a neck, and it has a lung. The inlet, which looks like a hat, is a shield to stop rain getting into the monitor, just like the shape of our noses stops us from breathing in rain. The neck of the instrument contains obstacles that prevent unwanted material like insects from getting inside the lung of the instrument, just the same way that our noses, throats, and windpipe defends itself from larger particles. The neck can be set that only particles smaller than 10 or 2.5 microns enter the lung. Inside the main body of the instrument, the lung, there is a special tape. The breathed-in air passes through holes in the tape, but the particles in the air are trapped and collected on the tape. A colored spot starts to appear on the tape, and the more polluted the air is, the darker the spot. After 2 hours, the tape moves and a new spot is begun. The amount of particles on the spot is measured by shining a beam of radiation at the spot and seeing how much comes through the other side. The tape can also be collected and sent to a laboratory to analyze the shape, size, and chemical makeup of the particles that have been collected. There are other ways of measuring particles in the air. Some instruments weigh how much the particles have stuck to the filter. Others shine a laser at the particles and see how the light reflects or is absorbed or scatters the laser light. Another method measures how particles landing on a tiny lever changes the speed at which it wobbles. If you want to look at the measurements from your nearest air quality monitor and you live in New Zealand, you can use the NIWA website. You'll find the links on the AirAware website. With a bit of searching, you'll find charts like this. This shows the average of the amount of PM10 particles landing on a spot in a BAM monitor every day for 6 months. The instrument is in Masterton in the Greater Wellington region of New Zealand's North Island. This measure is important because the government regulations state that the daily PM10 levels should not go over a level called the National Environmental Standard. The standard is 50 micrograms per cubic meter of air. You can see from this chart that PM10 levels in Masterton were well below 50 from March to April, but during May they started rising and went over the standard, shown by the red line, in June and July. You can find charts like this for most New Zealand towns and cities on the NIWA website. Why not find some charts for your own town? Were you paying attention? Why not try the quiz on our AirAware website? And have you made a dust trap? Find out how on our website.